All right. So now that you know, hey, this is what an offer is, I want to explain to you what my offer is. What am I running? Now, the first thing that you need to understand is offer sophistication right here. So, sophistication is just a bell curve. At the bottom of the curve, you could do anything and you'll be able to sign a client. I just say, "Hey, you want more leads?" And boom, client signed. Super easy. But then as it gets more sophisticated, you have to promise more to sign a client. "Hey, I will get you 5 leads." Okay? Then if people don't fulfill on that, they become less trusting. And the further we go up the bell curve, the more you have to offer to gain someone's trust. And at the very top of the bell curve, it's going to feel almost impossible to sign clients because in no way do they feel like they could trust everyone. They've been burned so many times with these crazy offers that are so high that there's no way anyone's going to fulfill. So at the top of the bell curve, we're saying, "Hey, I'm going to get you 10 or like 100 new clients a month using lead generation, or you don't have to pay me anything." Like that's an offer at the top of the bell curve. Now, when the bell curve tops out, we start to head down again to where you don't have to offer as much until you get to the bottom, where eventually you can just say, "Hey, I'm going to get you leads." And that's it. And then the bell curve resets. So, when I first started making these videos, I first started filming stuff for the course. The bell curve was about 3/4 of the way up. And then I would say 4 or 5 months ago, the bell curve topped out, but now the bell curve is coming back down again. You don't have to offer as much to get a client, but the offer just has to make sense. So this really comes from saying more promises equals more skepticism. So the more you're promising people at this point in 2024, the more skeptical people are going to be about you and your offer. So sometimes less equals more as long as the offer makes sense. Now, what is my current value proposition? I'm going into people's businesses talking about being what's called a contract BDR. So I will do business development for them on a contract basis. Whereas before, the value is more, I'm a lead generation agency. Well, skepticism became so high on lead generation agencies that you just have to get down to the root cause. What am I? I am in business development. So you are a representative that is working for a company on a contract basis. My value proposition is I will do what your business development team does better for less money. Now, think about it like this. If I want to hire a BDR within my business, I'm going to have to pay them a base salary. It's likely going to be anywhere between 50 to 65,000 base salary annually. From there, you're going to have to throw in like benefits, healthcare, 401k match, and all of that, including they are W 2 employees. Now, W 2 employees equals risk because what you can't do is just fire someone because you don't like them. If they are a W 2 employee, especially in the US, there are so many ways that it's easy for them to sue you just because you've not fired them for a legal reason. Now, when you're working with a contractor, it's way lower risk for you as a business because you don't need that same like legal background to get rid of a contractor. You could just get rid of a contractor. So us coming in as contractors, we could say, "Listen, you don't need to pay us healthcare, you don't need to pay us benefits. All we're looking for is a base monthly retainer and incentive on top of that. You could fire us whenever because we're contractors. You don't have to pay us all these vacation days. You don't have to pay us medical expenses. You don't have to pay us a 401k match. We will get you the same or better results that you're currently getting within your business development team, and it will cost you less money." That is the value proposition. You get exactly what you get now, lower risk, and it is less money. Because think about that. We're trying to stack up 2, 3, 4 clients at a time. So if we're signing like retainers that are around $2,000 to $3,500 a month plus some incentives, that's A, going to cost them less than it would paying a BDR on their team, and B, it gives us the ability to not only make good money there, but stack a few contracts and work with multiple businesses. Now, that's what's called, well, here, let's go. This is why people are churning clients, though, is because on the bell curve, they were looking at it and they're saying, I need to make some crazy offer for someone to work with me. So next thing you know, you're saying, hey, I'll book you 30 meetings a month and then we'll work with each other. And you don't have to pay me unless I book you 30 meetings. Well, at the right times of the year, if we're talking Q2, Q3, when everyone has budgets, everyone's trying to do business, yeah, that's probably like you could probably manage that. There's a world for certain offers where you get those 30 meetings. But then come Q4, you're not going to get those. End of Q4, Christmas time, or in the summer during like July when everyone's taking vacations, everyone's out of office, you're not getting 30 meetings. Everyone is going to be out of office. And then what? You're just going to get paid nothing those months? No. If you were going to do something like that, you were going to churn so many clients. It's going to be a revolving door where they come in, they leave. They come in, they leave. You want to avoid that at all costs. So, if you do want to make an offer like that, make it like quarterly. You say, I will get you these results quarterly. Never do monthly. Always stretch it out across a quarter. If I'm you, I'm stretching it out annually. But in the worst case scenario, something you should be explaining to future clients, future contracts is, hey, if you brought someone in, you would have a ramp up period. I expect the same ramp up period because it's going to take someone 3 months to teach them exactly what your offer is before you could even get started. So do not invest in me unless you are willing to take 6 months to make this work. Most people will see that as reasonable. If someone sees that as unreasonable, on to the next, no worries. That's why it's all about an input offer over a results-based offer, especially while you're getting started. Now, me, someone who knows what I could get for a particular offer, now that I've been doing this for a long time, yes, I can do a results-based offer because I'm aware of the results that I get. But many people, when they're getting started, they're afraid to sign these types of clients because they're unaware of the types of results that they could get. So of course you're going to be afraid. Of course you're going to be afraid when you're getting started, when you sign a client to a results-based offer, because you have no clue what kind of results you get. You're going to be in a learning stage. That's why the input-based offer is such an advantage while you're getting started, because you're just coming in and you're saying, I will base my offer on touch points. So, what are touch points? Now, how lots of businesses base their business development teams' KPIs or key performance indicators, that's essentially the benchmark that you need to hit. That's what a KPI is, the benchmark. Now, a lot of them base their benchmarks off inputs. So they're saying, hey, we want 400 touch points a week. That's what a lot of businesses do. That the bar is very low. So 400 touch points is 400 outreaches to prospects. Some of them will say, hey, I want 100 of them to be calls and 300 to be emails. Some of them will break it up differently, but most of them don't care as long as you have 400 touch points. Now, what you learn in this program is you could do 400 touch points and you could do that in an hour. Like you could do that just like that with cold email. But when I come in and I say, listen, we'll hit your current touch point KPIs and we'll do it for less money, and you will see similar or better results than what you currently see on your full-time team. It's a no-brainer offer. All you need is businesses that A, hire remote, so they don't need people to be in office, and B, they're willing to work with contractors. So if you run into a B2B business that A, works with remote people and B, works with contractors, they will be interested in this offer. Disqualify anyone else who does not work with remote contractors. It's that simple. Now, think about LTV versus quick value. because the quick value people are often the people who are churning clients. They're the people who have all these bedazzle diamond studded offers that look pretty on paper where they're saying, hey, we'll sign you 10 new clients a month. These are the quick value people because they'll come in, they'll take their $5,000 a month of base because they made a huge promise. And then the next month, that client is gone because you didn't fulfill upon that promise. Versus LTV, the guy who's willing to charge less to keep a client for over a year. That is the goal. You want to keep people for over a year. So that's why the LTV is king, because what's better? Me getting $5,000 one month or a $2,000 base for 12 months. Lifetime value of a client. That's $12,000 versus $5,000. It's kind of that simple. You want to go based off LTV. Don't think you're the guy who's getting sold short because your retainers are too small. No, it's called keeping clients for a long period of time. But now you understand my offer where I'm just saying, hey, I will come in and I will get better results than your current business development team and I'll do it for less money. It's really that simple. This is my current offer.